Jordan B. Peterson Clips continues to put out fresh, hot, new clips from a totally alive and well Jordan B. Peterson. Let's see what he has to say in his video titled, A Message to Christians. I'm sure by the end of this, we'll see the truth, and we'll all be converted.
Hi, all.
Did you say Heil to me? What the fuck? Did you say Heil?
Hi, all.
Maybe hi all, but unsurprisingly, it doesn't sound a little bit like Heil.
It is, of course, completely presumptuous of me to dare to write and broadcast a video entitled Message to the Christian Churches.
Well, Jordan, do we have a higher definition, or is this the top quality Jordan Peterson we have? Wow, this is... It says 1080p, but I think they upscaled this from 560 or something. This is nuts. They don't have good cameras in hell. 1080 piss?
But I'm going to do it anyway, because I have something to say, and because that something needs to be said.
Jordan Peterson is like that. I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna anyway.
I've been speaking to and watching and listening to audiences all over the Western world for the past 4 years.
Hell yeah.
In person and in virtual form, and have learned a few things in consequence. It all started, in some sense, with the lectures I did on Genesis in 2017.
So a while ago.
My family and I...
This hot, fresh new clip that just came out mentioning 2017.
Took a risk and rented out a theater in Toronto on the off chance that there might be an audience for what might be described as a psychological approach to our ancient stories. And lo and behold, and miracle of miracles, there was. I completed 15 or so lectures walking through the first biblical book.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I also took a few lectures to walk through the biblical book and more, if some may recall. I'm an OG Bible reader on the internet. Everyone knows this about me.
Sold out the theater and attracted, surprisingly, millions of viewers. Christians, Jews, Muslims, and atheists. And most of the people who attended live, and the majority of those who watched online, were young men. That is not a phenomenon that can be easily accounted for.
That men watched a male speaker at higher rates than women? Are we sure?
But let me try.
Okay.
Now, in the West, because of the weight of historical guilt that is upon us, a variant of the sense of original sin.
When he says historical guilt, he of course means the woke army's insistence that we acknowledge the past and make amends for it to the ancestors of mistreated groups, we'll call it. Because that would be bad to do. It would be bad to make whole what was harmed by our systems, I guess. For what reason? Like to call it guilt, though, is, of course, as always, Jordan Peterson does, is a misrepresentation of, we'll call it the woke position, the woke mind virus. I just think everybody should have their needs met, and if we have undone their needs being met, we should try to make whole that disservice, you know?
Very real sense. And because of a very real attempt by those possessed by what might be described as unhelpful ideas to weaponize that guilt, our young people face a demoralization that is perhaps unparalleled. This is particularly true of young men, although anything that devastates young men will eventually do the same to young women.
Because as we know, young men cannot moderate their emotions and will inevitably trickle down to women because we are socialized to burden them with our problems in more ways than one.
And that, in this era of antinatalism and equally reprehensible nihilism, is precisely the point.
God, he looks so weird. I know this is like young Jordan Peterson, but like, I say young Jordan Peterson, 2018-ish, 2020 or something. very strange kind of like admission, I guess, here, where he's like, essentially, women are, they're not like fully realized humans. They are individuals through which fully realized humans, men, will become fully realized. You know what I mean? Like, behind every great man is a woman who completes him, but she is only a piece to him rather than him having any, you know, any input on how she would have a life. It's ridiculous.
When they are children, boys are hectored for their toy preferences, which often include toy weapons such as guns, and their more boisterous playing style, as boys require active rough and tumble play, even more than girls.
Okay, this sounds like something a pedophile would pitch. They'd be like, yeah, the little boys, they need more rough and tumble play, right? Right, guys? Like, Jordan. I think every kid needs to enjoy physical activity with their peers, to whatever degree makes them happy. Not every boy wants to go out there and swing swords. Not every girl doesn't want to. So, I mean, it's a mixed bag. Not everyone's into the fantasy genre, bro. But you ought to be.
For whom it is also a necessity. When in grade school, boys are admonished, shamed, and controlled in a very similar manner by those who think that play is unnecessary, particularly if it's competitive. And
nope. Dude, the left right now is like going crazy about the NBA Finals and like having a great time. We all enjoy sports. I like an equitable exchange of best efforts. Damn, that was a really eloquent way to describe sports. Holy shit. Write it down. That's bars right there. An equitable display of best efforts. That's sick as fuck. I mean, I really do love it though. I mean, I really enjoy. I've formerly played sports and enjoy watching them now. I like the sports video games, which is like a slice of both, being lazy and competing. Like, hey, everybody wins. I think competition is good. I think it's you know, the left has a critique of capitalism and you're like, but that's competition. And we go, no, it isn't. It's rigged and it's bullshit. And you're like, yeah, it is. And you say that we just can't like any other form of it. And it's like just a straw man, if you will.
Who value a docile, harmless obedience above all.
Nope. Pretty much exactly the opposite. Same guy who's like, comply with the police. Like, fuck off. Eat shit. Like, I don't want to hear it from a guy who licks such boots and says that we demand compliance when you're the one insisting trans people can't exist. You know what I mean? While they're walking around in front of you in broad daylight, existing as fuck. The gays are gayer than ever. In spite of you, motherfucker. Like, if you guys didn't make a big deal of it, the homophobes and other weirdos, transphobes, like, if you guys didn't make a big deal of it, like, gay people would still exist and some of them would still be just as, like, outwardly expressive as they are now, but a lot of them wouldn't be in ways that you would recognize, because it wouldn't be, you know, you wouldn't be so fucking hard stuck on, like, everybody has to be, like, really cordoned into this slim and narrow lane when it's like, we're not on a road, buddy. We're in green pastures. We can do whatever the fuck we want. But Christians cannot handle that shit. Because they're told that, no, we're not. We're actually the sinful fucking freaks. Only the freak part is true.
Shades of Dolores Umbridge. Following all that, because that's not enough, even when pursued assiduously for total demoralization, is the inculcation of an extremely damaging ideology, which essentially consists of 3 accusations.
Fuck yeah.
Number 1, human culture, particularly in the West, is best construed as an oppressive patriarchy.
No. Best construed? No. What? No, bad. Worst, bad construement. Do not construe it this way.
Motivated by the desire, willingness, and ability to use power, defined as the compulsion of others against their will, to attain what are purely selfish and self-serving ends. This is true at every level of analysis. Marriage is akin to slavery, friendship to exploitation.
Not really. I mean, marriage in the way that you conceptualize it, like in the capitalist system where it's more of like a property rights engagement than it is a love thing, is sort of, I mean, just, I don't think people call it slavery. It's just like, it's property exchange. Women used to be much more close to property than they are now. Although one could make an argument that, limited access to primary assets is a method of control, and one ought to, because it's true. But like, these criticisms of the left are not true. These are essentially just, and I think the right does we'll call it a good job. I think they're effective at using propaganda like this, whether Jordan believes it or not, or believed it, where they accuse the left of the exact thing that they do and like when he says, the left just wants to oppress you, and then like they're for mass deportations and like concentration camps and racial cleansings. I mean, these people are just fucking. It's no wonder that his brain is melting from the mold.
Political disagreement to war
And the benzos.
and business arrangements to deception and theft.
Definitely being against war is normal.
And this is true not only of the current social arrangements that characterize our culture, particularly in the West, but also the fundamental reality of history itself. Accusation number 2. Human activity, particularly that undertaken in the West, is fundamentally a planet-despoiling enterprise.
All right, so not human activity, capitalism. To some extent, no matter what, human activity will despoil aspects of their environment, like any animal. Like, I don't know, the fucking giraffes are going to eat all, like, if giraffes were the most populous animal on the planet, no trees would have fucking leaves, you know what I mean? So, like, if most fish were just eaten by sharks, there wouldn't be that many and be a lot of sharks, you know what I mean?
The human race is a threat to the ecological utopia that existed before us and that could hypothetically exist in our absence. We might well be construed even as a cancer that threatens the very viability of the complex systems that make up the ecosystem of the earth that shelters and supports us.
Yeah, so like the critique here is, of course, of capitalism and not of our natural ability to like chop some trees down and build a fire and make a house. Like, to some extent, nature is something that we live in, and destruction is part of life, and I'm fine with us being able to do things and manipulate the world to a finer degree than our animal counterparts, right? But I don't think the critique here from leftists isn't that we shouldn't ever destroy the environment at all. It's that we should do so conscientiously and with conservation in mind, and that is not what happens when we're seeking maximal dollars and profit, which is what the corporations are doing. They don't give a fuck. They just want to mine and drill and suck the world dry. Whereas the leftist position is like, let's just all have what we need, and then anything after that is gravy, baby. Like, I don't think it's pragmatic. I have no fucking idea. I agree that the sharks would become cannibalistic. And the giraffes would fight each other because they would run out of leaves. Uh-oh. Is there a metaphor to be drawn here? No. We should ignore it. Metaphors are for cowards. Subtext is dead.
We are facing a Malthusian catastrophe of overpopulation and biosphere degradation.
Overpopulation. Which populations do you think should maybe be reduced, Jordan? It's always about reducing populations. But also, if we're overpopulated, like, we gotta have the birth rates. Oh, man.
And we have to place extreme limits on our wants, even our needs, so that survival itself, even in a much reduced form, can be guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Accusation number 3. The prime contributor both to the tyranny that makes up the oppressive patriarchy and structures all of our social interactions, past and present, and the unforgivable despoiling of our beloved Mother Earth is damnable male ambition, competitive and dominating, power-mad, selfish, exploitative, raping and pillaging.
Yes, that's definitely true. Pretty much the capitalist system does that. So outside of the empire core, like America to some extent, Britain and stuff. Like, you're going to have, especially in the southern hemisphere and in the Middle East and stuff, we just take from people. Like, we just swindle them, whether through barbarism or bad deals or through the combination of that. Like, it's really fucking bad.
You might think that I'm overstating the case. Think again, sunshine.
Think again, sunshine. Oh my God.
We in the West are facing an all-out assault at the deepest levels on what that old joker Jacques Derrida deemed the phallogocentric conceptual structure of civilization itself. To take that apart, that's a society centered on the encouraging, adventurous, masculine spirit, and that privileges that hated...
The masculine spirit. Look, I know it's Pride Month, but why does all of this sound like gayer than actual like gay people talk? You know what I mean? Like, real gay people don't. Like, it feels like performing what they think it would be. Like the way Achilles would be gay. You know what I mean? Like with his cousin. But world was small back then.
Word of all things, the divine logos. And what should we worship and celebrate properly other than that? Deconstructionists. The words of that mass murderer Karl Marx?
Did Karl Marx ever kill a man? Did Karl Marx ever actually kill a guy ever once? Did he murder a whole... Because some of these people actually were soldiers and stuff, and I don't think Marx ever was. Max murderer. I mean, can't you at least blame Lenin? Like, at least Lenin had a finger on that. You can blame Stalin. You can blame Mao. These guys are actually at least involved. Marx was just, not involved in that way. I would disagree with you still, and it would be stupid. But it's, it will at least have some teeth. Mad Marx Fury Road. Look, I don't even think Marx is 100% correct. I just think he's onto something, okay? I think he's on to something. I think he's got good ideas. I think everybody who's contributed to the thought of anti-capitalism and their criticisms of anti-capitalism, I think it's beneficial. It's part of the human experience. If Marx's ideas make him a murderer, then what does that make the Bible God? A genocidal freak, probably? Which I agree.
And it is precisely those young men who are deeply conscientious, capable of guilt and regret, who have come to believe in pain that every deep impulse that moves them out into the world for the adventure of their life, even that impulse drawing them to women, is nothing but the manifestation of a spirit that is essentially satanic in nature.
Brother, that's the Christians. What?
This is not only wrong, theologically, morally, psychologically, practically, and scientifically. It is literally anti-true. It's not a mere misstatement about the nature of reality, a minor conceptual error, but something that literally could not be farther from the truth. And something that distant from the truth comes from a place that cannot be distinguished from hell. The Christian church is there to remind people, young men included, and perhaps even first and foremost, that they have a woman to find, a guard.
I told you! The Christian church is there first and foremost to tell men that they have a woman to find. How much more predatory can you get? There it is. That's what I said. I think I know what's going on here. This guy's a fucking weirdo. Jordan B. Peterson might be weird, guys. Has anyone been onto this? Has anyone noticed? Someone should say something.
To walk in, a family to nurture, an ark to build, a land to conquer, a ladder to heaven to build.
A land to conquer?
Build.
A ladder to heaven to build. That was bad. So was the tower to heaven. Those were all bad things to do. Huh?
And the utter terrible catastrophe of life to face stalwartly in truth, devoted to love, and without fear. Invite the young men back. Say, literally, to those young men. You are welcome here. If no one else wants what you have to offer, we do.
Jordan Peterson has never been more explicit about his desire to push young men into the Christian church specifically. What would a secular guy be interested in that for? I called this shit out ages ago.
We want to call you to the highest purpose of your life. We want your time and energy and effort and your will and your goodwill. We want to work with you to make things better, to produce life more abundant.
To produce life more abundant. Wow, that's a crazy looking fucking Jordan Peterson.
For you, and for your wife and children, and for your community.
Your presumed wife and children, which you must have. Because this movement is about procreating and indoctrinating children into a very specific worldview. That's it. That's what it's for.
Think again, sunshine, and your country, and the world. And we have our problems in the Christian church. We are moribund and sometimes, far too often, corrupt.
Did you say we have our problems in the Christian church, Jordan Peterson? We?
And sometimes deeply so. We are outdated, as are all institutions with their roots in the dead, but still often wise past. So join us. We'll help fix you up, and you can help fix us up. And together, we'll aim up. And here's a message to those young men skeptical about such things. What else do you have?
Shittier Pascal's wager. What else you got going on? Ain't you bored? I don't know. Peterson's wager. What else you got going on?
You can abandon the churches in your cynicism and disbelief. You can say to your...
It's not cynicism. Okay, look. It's the exact opposite of cynicism that I believe in reality. Okay? Like, it is such a dope and, like, statistically miraculous thing that we exist, like, individually, and then an inevitability in aggregate. It's so cool to think about. We are wondrous creatures that exist on an alien planet, and we should take the best fucking possible moments from it that we can while we're here. But instead we have to deal with Jordan Peterson. Because, well...
self narcissistically and solipsistically. The church does not express what I believe.
Solipsistically? It's not solipsistic at all to not believe you? That's not what solipsism means. I still think you're real, Jordan.
Properly. Who cares what you believe? Why is this about you?
It's not... What? Why is this about you? Why is this about the church? Why is this about me? Reality is not contradicted by your claims. It's contradicted by evidence of contradiction to it. You know?
Do you even want it to be about you? What if it was about others? What if it was about your duty to the past and to the broader community that surrounds you in the present?
Just literally the emptiest platitudes you could possibly write. Genuinely nothing advice. What does that mean? Nothing. Nothing at all. You know what does mean something? You are a finite creature and deserve as much maximal happiness as you can get. You deserve it. There's so little of it for us to experience. And yet so much, at the same time. We're such short-scoped creatures,
What if it was incumbent upon you and vital to your health and willingness even to live to rescue your dead father from the belly of the beast, where he has always resided?
They love to talk about duty, but the second society was like, hey, please wear a mask for a few months, they crashed out. Facts. Fucking true. Hey, your kid could die from preventable diseases. Yeah, but I will not vax them.
And to restore him to life.
Restore who to life, brother? It's weird to use resurrection iconography in your talk about how people should join the church. Wonder what that's for. Probably nothing.
Once again, to the churches. Protestant, you're the worst at the moment. Catholic, Orthodox. Invite young men. Put up a billboard. Say, Young men are welcome here. Print some flyers and put them in a box by the billboard. Signal the existence of those flyers with an arrow with the words, "More information about attending here."
Like a Looney Tunes trap, like a fucking Acme Dynamite box trap.
Tell those who have never been in a church exactly what to do, how to dress, when to show up, who to contact.
How to dress. Incredible, dude. I love the idea that you're a man who's like, yeah, I have free will and free speech. You can't tell me what to do. But also join this very exclusive cult, which will then dictate further how you can express yourself to a more strict degree than even I was trying to. How do you fucking live with yourself, Jordan? Oh, wait. He doesn't.
And most importantly, what they can do. Ask more, not less, of those you are inviting. Ask more of them than anyone ever has. Remind them who they are in the deepest sense.
Yeah.
And
These
help
people you just met, remind them who they are. 10% tithers to your church.
them become that. Your churches, for God's sake. Quit fighting for social justice. Quit saving the bloody planet.
This is him being mad at woke churches that are on the side of social justice causes and who care about the planet? Like the planet we're on? The one we live on? The one planet that we know to harbor life at all in the universe? Wouldn't it, this is just, maybe I'm very woke. Wouldn't it be in our interest to tend to that and its well-being to the best of our ability? Kind of like how you patch the roof or whatever, or clean your room, Jordan, in terms you can understand. How are you going to tell people to clean the room, but not, stop polluting their yard? I just don't know, man. Where do you think your house is?
Attend to some souls.
These people think they could just wall themselves up and nothing outside will ever touch them.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And then they die horrified because they're like, wait a second, I'm not prepared for this.
That's your holy duty. Do it now before it's too late.
Uh-huh.
The hour is nigh.
Hour is nigh. Can you imagine being a guy in church and being like, Jordan Peterson has sent us a very grave message and taking this very seriously? Holy shit. I wonder why that guy was so stressed out all the time. I say was because I believe he is a corpse now, or functionally a corpse. No different than one. Dude, do you think when it happens, Charlie's angel will come down to greet him? I hope so. That'd be beautiful, dude.